Hello everybody and welcome to our on-screen tutorial for this week. This week we're going to be chatting about how to identify online fraud. If we have an online shop and we are e-commerce entrepreneurs, we need to educate ourselves about the potential for online fraudulent transactions taking place and how to identify them. So certain items are more likely to be bought fraudulently. This includes electronics, gadgets, watches, perfumes, and luxury items which can be easily resold. So if you do sell these items on your site, just take note and be aware of this, that they could be the target of online fraud. If the transaction looks too good to be true, it probably is. For example, if you see a new customer putting through random amounts, one after the other, or massive amounts going through the system, a brand new customer or first-time user will never put massive amounts through an online shop without authenticating the shop by phone or social proofing the online shop first. So think about it logically. If you're seeing amounts for 20,000 Rand or 2,000 US dollars going through the account multiple times or even little amounts, that's also a way that people test, is by putting little amounts through the online shop before they put like a big amount through the online shop. And it's just odd behavior. Why would a first-time customer or first-time user be doing that? And that is a classic example of fraud happening before your very eyes. So be aware of that one. That's quite important. And I've highlighted these points, and I have this in front of you here today, just so that you can make some notes if you wish. Also, if multiple amounts of the same item are being bought simultaneously, for example, if you see the same bottle of perfume being bought 6 times, or the same luxury watch or costume jewelry watch even being bought 5 or 6 times, anything in multiples of luxury items is also the potential for online fraud. When you look in your order dashboard, be certain that people are using their full name and surname. No funny business, like no odd names that don't make sense or, gobbledygook. That's really not the way that we place orders online. It needs to be done properly. Also, make sure that the customer has an authentic email address, preferably a work email, which I know is not always the case. It will usually be, a Gmail or a Yahoo or a Hotmail, but it really does need to have a feel as though this is an authentic email address. Another very important point to remember is that it needs to have a legitimate delivery address, preferably a work address, which I know is difficult with all of the remote working going on right now, but just be aware that items need to be delivered to a physical address. It cannot be delivered to bus stations or train stations or random places. It needs to go to a proper physical address. And it's also worth knowing that some postal codes, especially here in SA, I'm not sure about other areas of the world, but they're actually blacklisted. So be aware of that as well. Don't ever underestimate an online fraudster. They can be very, very smooth and extremely professional with their tactics. Never release goods until the funds have cleared into your business account, ever. Even proof of payments can be fraudulent and put together by experts who trick you into releasing goods before the money hits your account. And I'm sharing that from my own real life experience with my online shop, and it's something that I will never ever forget. Those lessons where you've actually had to put the cash on the table for a mistake that's been made, not from your intention, those are the ones that you will never forget. And I have in the past trusted a proof of payment before the finances actually reached our business account, and it was indeed a fraudulent proof of payment. It was completed to perfection. So be aware that even a proof of payment can be fraudulently put together. Be aware of that. Know that if online fraud takes place on your site and is not reversed by you, the merchant, if you believe that it truly is an online fraudulent transaction, the bank can reverse the funds out of your account at any time once the card is cancelled. So be vigilant and politely investigate all odd-looking transactions until you are satisfied that the transaction is legitimate. That is your right as an e-commerce business owner to investigate transactions that you just feel are odd, and don't be shy or scared to reach out to your customers and ask them for further identification. In our next little on-screen tutorial as a follow-up to this one, I will be sharing with you ways that you can actually engage with the potential fraudster, or maybe just a normal customer, just asking them to validate their transaction in more detail. So we will be covering that next time. But I do hope today that these points have assisted you in learning how to identify online fraud. Thank you for joining me this week, and I look forward to seeing you next time.